Happy Sunday, everybody. Yes, I am here with you, and you are here with me, Kiara Imani Thomas, aka Kiara the Voice, and we are joined here today on another wonderful, beautiful, sun shining, warm Sunday. Yes, I am back in Los Angeles from an amazing trip to New York City. And when I say amazing, I mean grateful, I mean blessed, I mean fulfilling, I mean purposeful, I mean truth telling, honest, and really showing of what my life has to offer me. So I originally flew to New York to host my god sister's album release. It's her first self-titled EP named Ziarra, Ziarra. You can get that everywhere. And this meant a lot, not only for her, but it meant a lot for me, because all my life I have witnessed Ziarra sing. I remember when her mother was diagnosed with cancer back when she was 16 years old, and Ziarra dedicated her life to making sure that her mother could continue life past the time frame that was given. And she did. Given 6 months, living 8 more years. That's pretty amazing. Changing life, moving from New York City to Florida for a better way of life, a better, less stressful, less tense version of life, something that you would be able to breathe through and enjoy. I witnessed her do this. I witnessed Ziarra dedicate her life to the stage, to using her voice to fulfill and pay the bills, to cover all of these amazing songs from today's current hits to the 70s, 80s, 60s. She'll take you back to the 20s if you really want to go there, and just use her gift not only to pay the bills, but to give her mother life, which in turn was giving Ziarra life and was fueling her purpose. And when Aunt Beck passed, it was hard. It was hard to understand, because when you live for someone else to live and that person makes their transition, you have to then take it upon yourself to know that you still have to live for them. You still have to fulfill the purpose that they knew you were here to fulfill. And Ziarra dedicated herself to really triggering and writing out her emotions and putting them into song. And I watched her do this for years, and sending it to me and our other best friend Kareen, and voice memos at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning with Ziarra on the keyboard, just going in and really expressing how she felt about relationships, about love, about life, about this journey that we all are on. And when she finally decided to package that all up and put together an EP exclusively of her own music, composed with her and Mario Castro, at the same time, to make this sound that she's always carried and shown through her covers, but the sound that's so unique to her, and sharing her purpose that her mother knew she had, and really fulfilling and continuing that life, not letting it end. I had no choice but to be there and host and make sure that this night was filled with everything that needed to be filled with. We had almost 200 people in the room, people we knew, people we did not know. Sold 100 physical copies of the CD that evening. I watched her turn her passion and her purpose into her reality, seeing that glow come around her and everyone in the room as they felt what she had to offer, truly living in that purpose. This trip was defining for me. Seeing her spiral into her light, seeing me spiral into my light, seeing how we all can come together from different parts of the country and still support and encourage and fuel and drive each other's passions into fruition. It was super confirmation for me, because I'm all the way here on the West Coast, And I want to know that the vibrations and the high feelings and the good positive energy about my purpose is still being felt back home in New York City by all of my friends, knowing that they are feeling their purpose just as strong as I am feeling mine. And that was made clear to me during this trip to New York. There's two other things. Before I went to New York, I had written in my journal about taking voiceover lessons with my voiceover coach that I used to have back in the city. I said that that would trigger me to come back to LA and work with Pat Fraley, who I got to work with when I was back in New York City 5 years ago. But I would, have that energy and I would have that boost and that confidence to go to him and be like, yeah, man, I'm really ready to tackle this now because I know what I want. I found my voice and I understand that through my voice comes my purpose, and I want to make sure I can touch as many people in as many ways as possible. So let's go. So, okay, I'm getting ready to go to New York and I call up Joan, and Rudy answers the phone actually. And he says, hey, how are you doing, Kiara? And I'm like, I'm great. I'd like to book a session with Joan because I'm going to be in the city. He's like, awesome. That's great. Let's do that. He said, hey, there's also going to be a workshop while you're in the city with Joan and Pat Fraley that Saturday. And someone just let go of their spot because they aren't able to attend. And would you like to do it? Would I like to do it? Yes. This is just making two of those things on my checklist of things towards voiceover that I want to do come true. So I signed up for the workshop. It's amazing. I host my God Sister show on Wednesday. It was phenomenal. And on Saturday, I have a private session with Joan, first on Friday. And on Saturday, I get into a room with 8 other amazing voice actors as we take our first cartooning class with Pat Fraley and Joan Baker, and surprise guest David Bellantoni, casting director in New York City. And I'm like, my purpose is already beginning. It's already showing its truth. And I thought that I would have to wait to get back to LA to link with Pat. But this is even better. I get to rekindle a fire that we had in the same studio that it originated at. He gets to witness my growth now in my purpose and my focus and my ability to take direction even better now than when I was doubting myself, when I was younger, not really knowing if voiceover was the thing for me. This trip was filled with acknowledgement of self-purpose, an acknowledgement of belief in oneself. Believing that you can be all that you know you can be. No one can tell you what you can be. You know it. You think about it all of the time. It comes up in your dreams. It haunts you at night. It's what drives you, what fuels you, what makes you smile every time you take a breath, because you know that this breath is filled with life, purpose, and it will resurge again, maybe not in this lifetime, but in the next. This trip was very showing of me to be truly me, to not let fears, doubts, other people's opinions get into my head, but to truly walk in the light that I know to be mine, and to truly embrace all that I have already been given, and to activate myself in the areas of which I know will give me the most fulfilling, joyous, happy, exhilarating, exciting life that I have to live right now. So I want you this week to think about all of the things that fuel you. Think about all of your desires, all of your wants, all of your wishes, and make one step closer towards making those your reality daily. One step closer towards making that your actuality daily. I love you. You mean the universe to me. I appreciate you. I adore you. And I'm looking forward to speaking with you next week.